Welcome to Deep River Farm, folks. I appreciate you joining me this morning. I had a little information I wanted to share with you right quick as we're on the verge of the polar vortex coming in. Brother Bud has had a couple of, well, actually 3 different churches contact him and asked to help with propane. And Brother Bud was letting me know that even though Bethel has purchased 100 propane tanks, filled propane tanks, he don't feel like he's going to have enough. And I talked with Pastor Tim yesterday evening over text and let him know that what Brother Bud had said, and they had spoke about it, and felt like that they're probably going to need another 100 tanks of propane bottles. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put out a Mayday for propane bottles. Now we need the 20-pound tanks, not the small green cylinders. We need the big grill size, like you hook up to your grill, propane tanks. And we're gonna get those on the way in, and we appreciate everything you folks have done. Every time we've put a Mayday out, you folks have stepped up and come charging into the finish line like there was no tomorrow. And I told Brother Tim, I said, I feel like this is going to be our quickest way to get stuff in to help. And these 3 different locations are all churches. There's 2 of them in Swannanoa and 1 in, I believe he said Yancey County. But these churches are needing help. They're small congregations, and they just, I think what we're seeing now, folks, is a lot of resources are starting to run dry in the mountains. That's been helping these folks, and you know, with a lot of them that have lost their jobs and lost so much, their houses and their vehicles and everything. I think the money pots for a lot of these relief centers and things and churches are starting to run out. And so now the churches are contacting Brother Bud, Brother Tim, and asking for help. And they know that Operation Mountain Relief is there, and they're starting to turn to us to get help. So I thought I'd put out a need for propane bottles, the 20-pound tanks. This is a Mayday for 20-pound propane tanks. We're already setting these up on the registry. Holly has already built that. I hope y'all have had a chance to look at that. The lady behind the registry, it was the last live feed we had. That'll tell you how the registry is going, and we just had a really good discussion there. The video quality on the live seems to be something that is still lacking on YouTube, but sometimes people have good luck with it and sometimes they don't, and in this case it's very grainy at times, but it's got a lot of good information in it. And then the Helping Hands interview with Brother Ross down at Central is another good one you may want to check out. And but we just wanted to tell you that what's going on. This polar vortex is coming in. They're starting to scramble now. We've still got plenty of heaters and things like that. But with these 3 other churches calling in now and asking for help with propane, I just feel like the money situation in the mountains is starting to run out, and they're trying to get help from the outside now, and so that's why I'm coming to you this morning to let you know what's going on, and we're trying to keep everybody updated. That's just all there are to it, and so forth. But I came up to get my chickens fed and watered. Supposed to be 10 degrees tonight, single digit, folks, up in the mountains. So Brother Bud took all the propane he had Saturday and brought back all the bottles. They're going this morning to fill up, and they're going to make another run to try to provide for these 3 locations that's asking for help. But it's going to wipe the the amount of bottles that they had extra out. And even with those extras that Bethel has purchased, it's going to wipe those out. So we need some spares just to keep in the rotation, so we continually have bottles filled and everything. And we pray that after 12 o'clock today, we get some help. We've been hamstrung, folks, out. All our folks in the mountains hamstrung by what's took place and not received any help. And if it wasn't for you folks, it'd be bad. Appreciate you joining me this morning. It's cold, and it's going to get colder. And we need to do what we can, as best we can with what we have, to be able to provide for these folks in the mountains so they don't freeze to death. So y'all be in prayer for these folks. They need it really bad. And you know, it's a bad situation, and we just hadn't been able to get anything done much here in the last week because of the snow and all the ice and everything. We've got a load ready to take to the mountains, but it was just too risky to try to get up in there to do it with that bus, single axle, top heavy. So we felt like we had better hold off. If we had some propane tanks or something like that to get in there, we might have been able to get them as far as Ellenboro. But we just felt like trying to get on up to Burnsville and stuff was too risky, being they already had snow and ice on the roads up there anyway. So, and in talking to Brother Bud, the roads are just terrible, terrible shape because there's nothing been done. I appreciate you joining me this morning, folks. It's going to be in the registry. Let me tell you this too, folks. When you see the quantity run out, please don't order any more, because that is all the room that they have in the shipping containers. They can't store the propane in the building. It's just too dangerous. So we've got what they call a Connex, a big old shipping container out back. And with the bottles that rotate in and the additional we're going to be getting here and what Bethel had just purchased, it's going to be full. So we've got to have room and stuff to store these without over amount. And because we can't store these in the building, it's just too dangerous if you get into a leaking propane tank, a bad valve or something, and it's oozing out propane. It's too dangerous. That way outside, when they open the door, they can smell the propane, and they can find the bottle without it being a fire hazard or an explosion hazard. So when you see the registry go dry, these tanks, because I know you folks is going to jump on this and help. When you see that registry go to zero, please don't order any more. And we're going to have it set right there in the registry with the shipping address to go straight to the church there. So that way everybody's on board with it, and so forth. Continue to check the B-Log registry as well. They have added some items and things for that relief center because those people were running out of food. So keep check on the B-Log gift registry as well. I'll put a link in that registry on this video as well. And I appreciate you joining me this morning on Deep River Farm. Y'all have a blessed day, and please pray for these folks in western North Carolina. As this polar vortex is coming in, it's going to be brutal. Thanks for joining. Have a blessed day. Boy, it's cold.